Good morning. It is 8:30 on a Wednesday, and I'm on my way down to the boat. The plan of action today is to get her out at about high tide, which is about 1:30, and get the sails up today. Again, I want to kind of do this on my own, just to try and get used to it, because I can't always rely on everyone else to help me along. So yeah, that's the plan today. Last Sunday I took her out, took her down the river, and just had her on the engine, that's all. But she's got a clunky kind of diesel engine, and I took a bit of footage of it, and when I looked back at the footage, it was just everything was like vibrating. I was like, oh, I can't really show that. So today, engine's not going to be on, hopefully, until obviously coming off the mooring and going back on. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've got one or two other things I want to do, but I'll show you that in a minute. Let's see how I get on, guys. Let's hope I don't need the lifeboat to save me. So I've got a little job to do first. So basically what I've got is I've got a little tablet here, and I've got my Navionics on that for my charts and what have you, for my electronic charts. I wanted to put that outside the cockpit at some point, and I went online and had a look at kind of like holders on there, and I found one which was kind of like teak and all that stuff, and just held on by the corners and what have you, and I thought that'll be easy to install, but it was about 50 odd quid, something like that, so I thought, I'm not spending 50 quid on that. So what I've done is I've gone and bought some aluminium, just 30 by 30 mil U-channel, and I'm just doing little mitre edges on there. And then what I'll do is end up kind of doing the bottom two sides, and then just slotting it in, and then just putting a screw fix into it. So yeah, that's the plan. So I've done my first mitre cut, which is as straight as a butcher's hook. So I'll file that down straight now, and let's see how we get on. Before I became a teacher, I used to work in an engineering company, and I used to work a lot with aluminium. And we used to have a little crosscut saw with fine teeth that would just cut through aluminium. And I think it's the first time since leaving that job that I wish I had that crosscut saw again. And there we have it. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. It fits in nicely. Mitres are alright, considering they were hand done. I just need now to drill holes there, and there on the side, and one on the side as well, an oversized hole there, just to get the access to the charging port. But yeah, not bad. Happy days. Okay, so let me just take you through what I've done to get these screw holes in. So looking at them here, I've used 3 drill bits, like a small one for a clearance hole in the back. So I did that one there. So I've done that, marked them off both sides. With this one, went through the front and the back. Then what I did is I upsized the drill bit, went through with this one, and then what I've done actually is I've gone through and then just touched, I don't know if you can see this, but touched on the inside there just to countersink it, so that the screw will be held there, be countersunk. And then the even bigger one, just to touch the ends on this, just to make it smooth, and then I just filed down the insides. So happy days, it's ready to go on. And there she is. Just waiting for the tide to come in, but for now I'm going to try and jump on a mate's boat, which is exactly the same as Maxika, to see how they've got their sails rigged up. And there you have it. Let me just move this out of the way. Move that, boom. Over that. There you go. The main sheets. A little bit. Alright, cool. And there it is. There it is. So I've screwed all that in. The only thing I've got left to do, I will take the screws back out and put a bit of silicone or something, Sikaflex or something just behind them, just to give it that extra bit of waterproof ability stuff. But yeah, done. Goes in. Boom. That's not going anywhere. So it comes on, and then we're good to go. Happy days. So I went online the other day and I went to buy some flares because I realised I didn't have any kind of distress signals or anything like that, or anything on board. So I went online to a well-known online chandlery and I was looking for just a coastal set, a couple of parachutes, a couple of hand flares and some orange smoke, and I think it came to, it was on discount, it came to about 100 quid or something like that. So I thought, oh brilliant, I'll have that, that'd be nice. And then I went to check out and it came to about 150 quid and I couldn't understand, so I was looking at what the heck does this 50 quid come from? And because it's postage and packaging of what's deemed pretty much an explosive, yeah, it's 50 quid postage and packaging. So at that point I decided just to go down to Cardiff instead and visit the store, and went and bought my flares. So I got my parachute rockets here, 2 of those. I got some orange smoke, 2 of those, and then some red hand flares. I've got 2 of those as well. So happy with those. So that doesn't make me feel any safer, but I got them now. So that was good. And then oh God, I made the mistake then of just, rather than just going into a shop and just going, I know what I want, just go and get it. I was like that Family Guy episode with James Woods, where he's kind of picking up candy. He's like, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy. And I'm like just going around going, ooh, day shapes, yay! So I got my my cone day shape. So I thought, oh, okay, cool. There you go. So I got my flares, got that, got the tack thing for the mainsail slug. So I got that. Oh, and then I got another day shape. Hey, okay. So it's like, okay. So I got my anchor ball there. So I got that. It got to the point where my kids were just like, Dad, we're bored. I was like, okay, fine. Let's go and get some food. That's fine. But I could have literally just spent a bomb in there, absolute bomb. And I was looking at fenders, rope, and I was like, this is amazing. I was like a kid in my element, just, it would have been one of those cases of I'd have had all the gear and no idea. which is pretty much where I'm at the moment. But yeah, so, but hey ho, yeah, I went and told my wife how much I spent, and I'm still married, so that's good, I think. Right, it's still waiting for this tide to come in. Not floating yet. I managed to get a couple of things done on the boat. Like I said, I've got that the chart plotter tablet thing, that all sorted, and then I went up on the top here. Got my mainsail cover off, so that's kind of ready to go. I've also put, I don't know if you can see this, I managed to put this little thing in there. It's like a sail clip thing. On the gap here, it was my sail slugs were just dropping out and falling down when I was dropping the sail, so I've done that, put that in. Yeah, wind's coming just off my port side to the head of me, so I think coming today, getting off this mooring, what I'll probably do, because I'm kind of being pushed back but also out, I'm going to release the front warps, and then probably just let the boat kind of come round and out, and then release the back ones and just chug forward out. That's the plan. Whether it happens or not is yet to be seen. So yeah, gorgeous day, stunning. I just want to get sailing now. Come on. I'm so miffed, and that's putting it politely. So, high tide's at 1:30 today. It's now 1:05, and I'm still not afloat. It's a low tide today. Well, I say low, but I'm on the mud, see, so I've got to consider my drying height. Yeah, it's a 4.2 meter tide. I guess for me it's just going to be a case of just realising that unless it's a 5 meter tide, I'm not going to get any sailing time, because there's no point me going out today if I literally have got 5 minutes to get back onto my mooring. Otherwise, you know, after high tide, the water goes slack, it starts to drop again, it starts to fall. So I'm absolutely gutted, but hey ho, there you go. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee and go back home, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna put the mainsail cover back on, make myself a cup of coffee whilst I'm doing that, and then yeah, come back another day. Sorry guys, gutted. Can't make this up, can you? But cheers everyone. Here's to more successful attempts in the future. Well, I'm on my way home, and kind of mixed feelings really about today. Half of me feels like today's been about as useful as a loud fart in a funeral. And then the other half is kind of thinking of it and reflecting on it and going, well, you know, you've learned something here, and, you know, today's high tide was quite low. It was 4.2, 4.3 thereabouts. And then when I was rowing back, you know, I could see the water line, and there was a good 20 centimetres still left on my draft until I was afloat. So, you know, in that sort of sense, it's made me realise, okay, I'm floating at 4.5 on a 4.5 tide. So in that sense, it's been good, because it makes me realise then, well, you know, at that point, anything below a 5.5 tide, there's not much point in me really kind of going out. So that's been good. I managed to get some jobs done on the boat again. You know, there's been a couple of things that I've been managed to do, so that's been good as well. And hey, look, at the end of the day, yeah, okay, I didn't get sailing, but at least I didn't have to stay at home doing weeding either. So, you know, I always say a bad day's not sailing is better than a day having to pull weeds out your garden, if that's something. I don't know. I'll put it on a t-shirt. Anyway, that's it for this one. Sorry it's not been very insightful and eventful, but we live in hope that we get to go out at some point. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care.